Michael, we've had the rumors circulating for a long time. We've heard a lot about this, but really nothing the same. Horizon Online. That's his next big game. We kind of figured that already.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things to get into, as Horizon 3 is still a ways off. This is Alessio Palumbo over at WCCF Tech. Sony continues to invest heavily in the Horizon franchise. Well, the Netflix TV series has seemingly been stopped by the scandal involving showrunner Steve Blackman. Way to go. Last week's State of Play unveiled the rumored Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Yeah. It launched on October 31st on PS5 and PC with improved character models, shaders, and textures, new conversation mocap, enhanced cameras for dialogues, and more. A couple of weeks later, Guerrilla Games and Studio Gobo will launch LEGO Horizon Adventures, a family-friendly spin-off that retells the story of the first installment in a way that's, well, more palatable to a younger audience. Dude, we played it at Summer Game Fest. We've talked about it before. Cool game. Steve's all over this. He's looking forward to it. Can't wait. However, both of these are minor projects. The bulk of Guerrilla Games is working on the Horizon Online co-op game and the third-person installment, but the latter quietly confirmed alongside the studio's restructuring in April 2023. Speaking on the latest Spawn Wave podcast, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier revealed which one will be released first. Guerrilla Games is an interesting place because they're working on the Horizon Online game that I'm not sure how many people want that. That's the biggest question. And so they've got this remaster coming and then the Lego game coming. Part of me feels like, I wonder what happens if neither of those hit. And it turns out there isn't a ton of interest in Horizon anymore. That is a scary thought. Are they still gonna be doing the online game? I don't know. There are a lot of questions around their strategy and around the online game that I certainly have. Horizon Online is their next project, not whatever the third single player game looks like. So that one might be a ways off. Sony's PlayStation Live Service initiative was no joke. Everybody was like, it's live service games all around. Horizon is one of the few that hasn't been canceled or hasn't come out and flopped the way Concord did. So yeah, a lot of questions there, but a lot of people are working on the online project. Indeed, as Schreier pointed out, following the cancellation of games like The Last of Us Online and the urban fantasy game that the now defunct London studio was working on, not to mention Concord's, well, complete debacle. Horizon Online is one of the few PlayStation Live Service projects still running. As such, it's not surprising that Sony is fast-tracking it compared to the third installment in the single-player series. However, it will indeed be a departure from the mainline entry, and not only because of the cooperative multiplayer, Guerrilla Games has already confirmed it will feature a new cast of characters and a stylized look that didn't exactly inspire a lot of confidence in some early leaks. Michael, terrified we're going to get into another Concord situation. Does anybody want Horizon Online? I'm telling you right now, if it looks like it was Horizon meets Monster Hunter, I would have been all in, but it doesn't sound like that's the exact case. It sounds like it's Horizon meets Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, as you pointed out in the article, I think the big thing is, all right, we have Zero Dawn Remastered coming out. Then we have Lego Horizon, which is basically Zero Dawn Remastered, but in Legos. If neither of those do well, yeah, I think that's a great argument of like, okay, does anyone want this? I think the biggest question to me, what does Horizon Online even look like, right? Is it, in terms of gameplay, right? Is it like Monster Hunter, where it's like, hey, you and me, let's go fight this big monster? But Monster Hunter does that. Like, what are you going to do that's different than Monster Hunter, especially when Wilds is coming out in February? If Horizon Online is set for 2025, which you have to imagine it is, right? I don't think they're going to give us back-to-back Horizon game, Zero Dawn Remastered, and then Lego Horizon, and then take a full year off. At that point, you know, just give us the third game for a little bit more momentum. So I have to imagine it's coming at some point in 2025. But how is the game going to be any different than Monster Hunter, where it's, hey, it's you, potentially some buddies, and you're hunting big monsters? This, I mean, I don't want to go all doom and gloom, Drew, but I'm just looking ahead. This looks like this could be the end of the Horizon franchise, right? If Zero Dawn Remastered flops, which we already talked about, they doubled the price out of nowhere, which I don't think anybody's happy about. Lego games, you either love them or you hate them. I think some of them are well done. I'm a big Lego Star Wars fan. Don't really touch any of the other ones, but as you said, it's something that some people absolutely enjoy. I don't think it'll go crazy big. And then if Horizon Online flops, I don't know if we're going to get a Horizon 3. This just seems like a forced live service effort. Give us Horizon 3, and if that pops off, have Horizon Online ready to go in a few months. The fact Horizon Online is coming out first scares me, Drew, that this could go flop, flop, flop. Goodbye, studio.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of things to be worried about, right? The Lego games speak to a specific audience. Dude, I played it. I'm like, yeah, this is solid, but it's a Lego game.
Yeah.
So I'm not really that interested, right? Where Steve was so excited. So, which is cool, but if you're not into the Lego, like, this isn't gonna do it for you. And then we're getting a remaster from a game that's 7 years old. We've already played it. We've already beat it. I'm probably not gonna go back to finish it. If they do send us a code, I'll check it out. Go, yeah, it looks like a remaster. It's cool. We'll see what new features they really bring to the table to maybe entice me to want to play back through the first one again. I'm not usually one to replay games I've already beaten, especially a single player experience. When I know the story beat for beat, like, why go do that? It's just not something I normally do. So there's 2 games that are in the Horizon franchise that I adore, or at least the series I adore. But when these 2 games come out this year, none of us really care. That's the other side of it. Like, nobody cares. And then Forbidden West came out in 2022. Is the online component ready to go? Because they were already working on the online game, building that game, while Horizon Forbidden West was getting polished up. So I don't know if 2025 is the right time for it, or they announce it in 2025 and we see it in 2026, 2027. Like, how far away is this game? And their live service thing hasn't really worked out yet. So is it going to now? I don't see it happening, man. And especially if they take the whole direction. We're so used to Horizon being a realistic looking world. To put it then into a Fortnite feel just screws up everything. And there's just big disconnect there, which makes it another big concern. What does this do for the Horizon franchise?